Hey everybody, this is Barbara from Inspired Paper Company. And now I'm doing the next part or the second part to this video series of where I'm showing you how to use Canva, ChatGPT, and ChatGPT to a book on Amazon KDP or use it for self-publishing purposes, which I'll explain in another video. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and finish with our book. So in the first video, we went ahead, I should say, and we did the pages, interior pages, and these are just basic blank line interior pages. We did a page where it just says this notebook belongs to. So that was first. And now we're going to go ahead and started on the next phase, which is doing the book cover. So as you can see, I'm using Canva. And with Canva, remember, I'm using the pro account. So if there's things that you would like, if there's things I'm doing that you're unable to do because I have the pro account, I highly recommend that you upgrade. But in any case, let's get started. So Canva came out with a new feature. Well, I guess it's not really new, but sort of new, where you can now do different size pages within the same document. So instead of us going, so for example, the cover that I will be using, it will probably be this cover here because I've been wanting to upload this for a minute. And this image actually got from twins way, way back in the day. We'll more into that a little bit more later. But anyway, I already designed this cover, but I'm going to show you the formatting as far as how did I find the information for that. So let's go here first. So this is the cover, and remember we're doing a 6x9. Now the dimensions I actually got off of Amazon KDP. So there's a couple of covers here that I'm working on, but we're going to start with this first one. So this is the cover, and I want to show you how I came about the sizes. So as I stated in my previous video, I created a cheat sheet with some information already on here, but I'm also going to be adding more information as we go and more links as we go, because the more I'm talking as far as doing the tutorial, the more things that are popping up that I'm making sure I write down so that I can include in your sheet. This is a Google Doc, so that means that I will be able to upload additional information as needed. The link will be below for you to get this cheat sheet, and it is completely free. So anyway, one of the things I have is the trim size, bleed, and margins. Now, this is what I used in order to create the blank line pages as far as how to get the sizes. And one thing I want you to keep in mind, and I'll highlight that or put that in a different color. No, I'm sorry. Let me see what it looks like if I highlight it, because I want to bring attention to it. And I apologize if you hear noise. I'm actually recording this from one of the small rooms in a library, but I wanted to get this information out. So it says here, you should include bleed in your interior file if you have images, backgrounds, or illustrations in your book that you want to reach the edge of the page. So I didn't use bleed only because I didn't have any images, backgrounds, or illustrations. But you want to keep that in mind when it comes to determining bleed versus non-bleed, meaning you add an inch to the size. Non-bleed means it's the actual size. And I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what the bleed size is. I want to say it might be like 0.25 if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on it. If you click here, it'll show you what the size is, but I did non-bleed. Then down here is where you get the calculator to do the print cover. So I'm going to go ahead to the print cover now. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to show you where I got the template from, even though I already did that. But I'm just going to show you. So you will go here and you will select the binding, and we're going to select paperback because that's the one that we're doing. I will do hardback. If you let me know in the chat if you want me to do hardback, um, let me know below in the comments, and I will do a video on how to create hardback. But, and then again, it might be a lag, so with me, paperback, and then we're going to do black and white. We're going to select white paper, left to right, and then trim size. So these are all the different trim sizes. We are doing 6x9. And then we're doing 101 pages because of the page I just did. So this gives you all the calculations that you need in order to do the cover, the bleeds, the margins, the spine size, all of that good stuff. And then it also shows you where code will be if needed. We're doing low content books. Amazon before came out with a policy where you didn't need the barcode for low content books, but it's here in case you need it. And then right here, it says this, to calculate dimensions. And then you can click here and download this exact template, which I'm about to show you in a second. So that's what you would use in order to do the covers. And any cover you want to do, I highly recommend you come here and then download the template. And like I said, the link is automatically included in my KDP listing cheat sheet. I included the links for you so you don't have to search for it. So if we go back to here where I have the cover, I'm going to go to my uploads because I already uploaded that template because I've been working on some books that I actually need to get published. So this is a good time. You're actually watching over my shoulder as I publish it. So I'm in my uploads, and with Canva, since they have this search, I'm going to type in Amazon, and I think that should bring up, yep, it brings up the template. So the template will look similar to this, or it may be this, dependent. And I'm gonna see if I can stretch this so that it doesn't do what it just did where it tried to blend in. There we go. So as you can see, it tells you the dimensions. So you want to make it 12.475 by 9.25. That's what this is. That's the overall dimensions. And then it has the spine right here where it says is 0.225 is the spine. So that's right here. And it has that it's 100 pages. I know I did 101, but that's not going to make too much of a difference. And it's showing you this is the front cover, this is the back cover, and this is where the barcode. So over here, you'll see as far as what the different colors mean. Black solid line is the trim size, which is right there all along. And I'll show you. Let me see if I can put this back where it was. So the black line is where I actually have my purple lights from Canva, which I'll explain why in a second. But that's there. And then from there, I have the blue dash line, or it says blue dash line, which is actually right here on the spine. So that's letting you know where it will fold approximately, because it says, may vary slightly. The white area, this is where if you have any text or image that you don't want to get cut off, it would be right here. And then it says remove this layer from your final artwork, which we don't forget that, because sometimes, like, what I like to do is I'll click on it and I'll make it transparent. So that way I can see the design underneath of it, and I can make sure you can see she stays within the white space. So that's why I do that. That's it for what the template looks like. Another thing I want to say, where it says trim size, so anything outside of where these lines are, that's the part more likely that's going to get cut. It says this is where your book will be cut to produce the final trim size. So again, that's another place where you want to make sure that there's nothing there that you want cut, especially if you have a book that has like full cover design. Like, say for this one, for example, I pay attention to where it's going to get cut. So right here is where it's going to get cut. So I make sure that most of my image is within the size. So I'm going to before I delete this, I'm sorry. So what I did was I actually made guidelines to go where the lines are here. So I did it for the trim and I did it for the fold area. So that way when I'm designing, I know approximately where things will be, so that when I'm designing, I don't have to rely on this. I can delete that and I can still see where my guides are. So like I said, these lines represent everything outside of the line. Let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. Outside of the line is where it's going to get cut approximately. Inside this space is where the image will be. Like, again, if you have anything that you don't want to get being cut off. And then right here, I have the spine. So what I'm going to do, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I usually don't write anything on the spine. You can if you want. I normally, what you might want to do too, you might want to have something right here. And I think I'll go ahead and do that. So let's say, for example, if you want people to, reach out to you, or if this person, buy another book but can't remember where they got it from, always add this like a little something, something, just to kind of your information there. So I might add it somewhere like right here. So it's not, taking up the whole cover. We'll make it white. And there's probably a couple ways you could do this, but I'm gonna do it like this. And then I'm going to use text. So for elements, I'm sorry, because I'm just talking and I might not have shown you. This was recently used, but if you just click on rectangle, it's right there under shapes. I'm just talking like you guys, I'm assuming that you already know. And I just changed the color to white. So that's right there. So now I'm going to click on text. I'm just going to click heading just to give me a text box. But you could also click on add a text box, but we'll just do heading. And then I'm going to say, I might say made with love by, and let me see, because I think I made it white, so that's why you can't see it. Let's see if I can change the color without highlighting the whole thing. Let's see, make it black. Nope, I got highlighted. That's fine. Black. So we're going to say made with love. And let me highlight this. And then we're going to change the font. So I'm going to go to webinar, I should say. And I'm going to change the font. No, holiday, because that's what I have on the inside of the book. So let's keep it simple. So I'm going to change it to that. And then I'm going to say made with love by. I was going to write something cute like, made with love, inspired by God, and then made with love. So I might have to make this box a little bit bigger. There we go. Drag. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Click on that. There we go. And then I don't like this big space right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to advanced settings. And where it says line spacing, I'm going to go to the left instead of the right to close up some of that space. So maybe right about there. And then it says inspired by God, made with love by, and then let me see, I think I'm gonna make another text box. So I'm just gonna click here and I'm gonna duplicate, and then let's see, let's move this down a little bit. Click on the second box, move it down, and then here I might say inspired paper company. Let's see if there we go. Oops, wrong one. Hold on. There. Why? Okay. There we go. And then right here. And I think I may have to make the box a little bit bigger or a little bit longer. So, and I have at 31, so I probably could make this a little bit smaller. You know what? Let's do it like this. We're going to keep this right here. But let's say, all right, inspired by God, made with love by, and then let's say inspired paper company. But maybe you might make this a little bit smaller. So maybe let's see what it looks like at 20. 25. All right, let's make it at 25. All right. And I may change that font, but I figured I had holiday on the inside, but let's see what happens. If there's another font that I'm kind of feeling a little bit just for so you can be able to see it. I stick with that one. I don't particularly like it, but for purposes of this video, and I don't want it to go too long, the reason why I think we'll stay with it. So I'll stay with it for right now because I'm not seeing anything that's kind of like, yay, this is what I want to use. Oh, might use this one. And map position, I'm sorry. Advanced settings. Now we got to space this one out a little bit. So maybe I do it like that. And then we'll make this one the same font. So we'll make this one, I'm going to go back up to the top on my font. And it shows what fonts are in the documents. So let's go ahead and say this one. And this one I got from Creative Fabrica as well. Again, if you go to get the KDP listings cheat sheet, that's listed underneath this video in the description. You'll be able to get a copy as well. And let's say, let me see, we're going to say HTTPS. So now I'm gonna list my website, and I think it's, I'm gonna say payhip.com backslash. I think it's inspired. I can't remember if it's Inspired Paper Company or Inspired Paper. So let's just do Inspired Paper for now, and then I'll get the correct one. So if it changes when I do the next video, you'll know why, because I had the wrong site. So let's do that, and then I'm gonna put this right here underneath. Okay. So let's see. I might make this box a little bit longer. Not wrong box. That one we're gonna make smaller, but this one we're gonna make a little bit longer. And let's drag this in the middle. So you see the lines that's coming up. Those lines are the guides that it has to keep to help you with sizing. So right here is telling me that that's middle. So I'm going to keep that right there, and then it's telling me that's the middle, and then that right there. So we're going to keep it like that for right now. No. Okay, so because I don't want it, see it's automatically jumping that high. Again, Canva kind of automatically assumes what you want to do. In order for it not to make jumps like that automatically, on my end, I have I have a MacBook. I hold down the command key, I can do whatever. So I'm going to bring this down to about here, and then I'm going to release the mouse and release that, and there it is. So, inspired by God, made with love by Inspired Paper Company, and then I have my website. So this is here in case somebody, she shows this to somebody, or she's like, oh shoot, I wish I could order some more. She flips it over her back. She knows exactly where to order it. Bam. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to download this. So I'm going to do share, and I'm going to hit download, and I'm going to let's keep it at PNG. And this, I'm only doing PNG to move this to file that I already created for Amazon. So let's do PNG. And then if you go to select pages, I'm going to do current page. So that way it's only going to do page one. And then I'm going to do download. Now, yeah, I'm going to do download. So let's download this. So this is downloading. Then what I can do is I can go back to my original file. And this is my first time doing this because back in the day, like I would have had to download that separately from this because of sizing. But now that Canva has this new feature, you can add different sizes. Let's try it. So I'm going to do add page. So I went over to the left, add page. And let's see, copy, duplicate, blah, blah, blah. Resize page is right there at the bottom. And as you can see, it has a crown. Let me move this because I don't want to let me move it. If not, that's fine. Oh, it did. Cool. So, like I said, if you click right here and scroll down, it lets you resize the page, but this is a Canva Pro feature, so you want to have it. So I'm going to click resize page, and it's suggesting the one that I just did. So we're going to say yes to that. So now it's adjusting, it's a copy of that and resizing it. So we're going to give it a couple seconds. So it did that. So I'm going to delete this page. I thought I would have to do it on that page, but since I didn't, we can just go ahead and delete it. So now I have my cover in addition to pages. So now everything is in one place. And then all I have to do is go to upload, upload file. And when I upload my file, I can go ahead and grab this real quick. It's here. Then I have this here. And then we're going to go ahead and drag. Bam, there we go. So now, as you can see, if I click on grid view, I now have all of my entire book pretty much in one spot. So as soon as it processes, I can show you. So I have my cover right here. I have my intro page right here. And then I have all of my pages here. All right. So now we got the cover straight. So in the next video, which may be the last video, no, it's not going to be the last video. I'm sorry. This was part two. Part one, well, all the videos will be listed beneath, but part one, we did the interior pages. Part two, we did the cover. In the next part, which is part three, we are going to do actually upload it to Canva. I mean, upload it to Amazon KDP. I didn't think about that. But first, let's download it here just so that you can see it. So all of these have to be PDF files. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I almost forgot, we might as well download it. That way I don't have to do it in the next video. We're going to click on download, and now it has to be a PDF. We're going to do PDF print. And again, now we're going to choose current page, which is the first page, because this is the cover. And we're going to do, and you know what? And I could probably, I think if I, well, we'll leave it like that. I'll know that this is the first one. So we'll do, well, never mind, since I'm here, mine as well. All right. So another thing that you can do with these pages, you can actually number them or label them, I should say. So right here, I'm going to label this cover page. I'm going to label this as intro page, and I'll leave the rest of them blank. I'm gonna leave the rest of them blank because then I'll be writing pages and we didn't number those pages. So now I'm gonna do share, and then I'm gonna do download. And then from there, I'm gonna make this a PDF print because it's best for printing. And then I'm going to select current page. And then I'm going to go from there, current page. And then I'm going to do for the color profile, this is new. And once again, it's a crown. So this is a Canva Pro feature. I'm going to select CMYK because it's best for professional printing. So it should really make the colors pop. And then I'm going to go ahead and down that. I will say that when you select that option, it normally does take a couple more minutes, use a couple more seconds, a little bit longer. But that one, it did it quickly. So we have the cover page, and it even titled it as cover page for me. And then next, I'm going to do the rest of the pages. So from there, I'm going to have it instead of select all, but we're going to unselect the cover page, and it'll just be the intro and everything else. So then we're going to, I forgot to change this to PDF print. I'm sorry. I'll still leave it on, professional printing, and we're going to download the rest of the pages. And it'll probably be called intro now that I'm thinking about it. Now, this one may take a little bit longer only because more pages, but we'll see. It might be quick because it's only blank line pages. So we'll give it a couple seconds. And don't forget the KDP cheat sheet will be linked below in the description. So you want to make sure that you grab it. Okay, so this is taking a little bit longer. There we go. It was quick. All right. Now we have everything downloaded. So in the next video, we're going to go ahead and upload this book to Amazon KDP. And if there's any errors I made, you'll see it in real time because you're watching over my shoulder as I do it. All right, guys. Stay blessed, be blessed, and I will see you in the next video.